Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoded, the place where we'll be decoding some serious corporate moves today. And let's just say it involves a CEO stepping down and a whole lot of bonuses being handed out before we dive into these juicy details. If you love getting the real story behind corporate filings, make sure you're subscribed. We've got a growing community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we break down these kinds of stories even further. Alright, so what we're looking at today is a Form 8K filing from ANGIODYNAMICS Inc. Think of an 8K as a company's way of telling the world about big important news that could affect their shareholders, and this one is no exception. ANGIODYNAMICS is a company that makes medical devices, particularly for cancer treatment and minimally invasive surgery. They've been around for a while and their stock trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker ANGO. The main story here is all about leadership changes and how the company is looking after its key people during this transition. First up, we have the departure of the President and Chief Executive Officer, James C. Clemmer. Now, Hes not just walking out the door, Hes entering into what is called a transition and retirement agreement. This means he'll stick around as CEO until a replacement is found, or at the latest, until the 30th of November of 2026. After that, he might even continue as a consultant or a director, ensuring a smooth handover. The really interesting part is how his equity awards like stock options and restricted stock units will be handled. Because there wasn't a pre-existing retirement program, the company is making sure that even as he transitions out, his previously granted stock options and service-based restricted stock units will fully vest. This is a pretty significant benefit, essentially guaranteeing him the value of those awards, even if the company's stock price fluctuates. Now, if Mr. Clemmer is transitioning out, someone needs to step up and keep the ship sailing smoothly. This is where the retention agreements come in, and this is where the other top executives at ANGIODYNAMICS get to benefit. The board approved these agreements for the executive leadership team, excluding Mr. Clemmer, of course. These agreements are essentially promises of extra cash bonuses or retention awards if these executives stay with the company for a certain period. This is a common strategy to prevent key talent from leaving during times of leadership change. Let's look at the specifics. Two of the top executives, Stephen Trowbridge, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, and Lawrence T. Weiss, who is the Senior Vice President, Chief Legal Officer, and Corporate Secretary, along with some other key leaders, are getting a pretty sweet deal if they stay until either the new CEO starts or the 1st of June 2027. Whichever comes first, they're entitled to a cash retention award that's equivalent to 150% of their base salary. For a Chief Financial Officer, this could mean a substantial payout, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars just for staying on. Other members of the executive leadership team will receive a retention award equal to 50% of their base salary. These agreements are designed to ensure continuity and expertise remain within the company during this critical period. So why are these agreements being made public? Because ANGIODYNAMICS is a publicly traded company, and these are significant financial commitments. They have to disclose them. The details of Mr. Clemmer's agreement are laid out in Exhibit 10.1, and the form of the retention agreements for the other executives are in Exhibit 10.2. These documents essentially lay out the financial promises being made and the conditions that need to be met. Now, what does this all mean for ANGIODYNAMICS? Well, losing a CEO is always a significant event. It can signal a change in strategy or simply a natural progression. The fact that they're offering such generous retention packages to the remaining executives shows they value their current leadership team and want to maintain stability. It's a move to prevent a brain drain while they search for a new leader. These retention bonuses are an expense, however, they are likely seen as a necessary investment to protect the company's operations and future prospects. The accelerated vesting of Mr. Clemmer's equity is also a notable financial commitment, ensuring that he is compensated for his long tenure. In essence, ANGIODYNAMICS is navigating a significant leadership transition. They're ensuring the outgoing CEO is taken care of and incentivizing the remaining executive team to stay on board. This strategy aims to minimize disruption and maintain momentum as they search for a new captain to steer the company forward. The focus on retaining talent through financial incentives is a clear signal that the company believes it has a solid foundation but needs experienced hands at the helm to continue its growth in the medical device sector. So, what's my take on this filing? ANGIODYNAMICS is making prudent moves to manage a high-stakes CEO transition. The retention agreements are costly, but they're a smart investment in stability. The accelerated vesting for the outgoing CEO, while generous, also reflects his importance and likely aims to secure his cooperation during the transition. The key question moving forward will be who they bring in as the new CEO and what their vision will be for the company. Alright, that is our breakdown of this ANGIODYNAMICS filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.